different.
So I am at my mum's for the weekend. She lives by the beach. Now I was going to make a video this week. It's going to be about something completely different in town. Didn't have the time to do it, so I'm going to put together a couple of little thoughts just about a new rebrand of Audi, because they've done something a bit different in China. So let's talk about car logos. You know, one difference I've found of living in a country town compared to in Sydney, more metropolitan area, just walking around, going for a walk around the beach area, nobody says good morning or hello when you walk past. Whereas at home, where I live in the country, walk past, good morning, afternoon, how you going? No one says that. Everyone's so different. So car brands, they are probably one of the categories in the market that rely heavily upon symbolism, upon logos that have symbols. Be it Hyundai, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Honda, Subaru, all these brands that have these distinct logo marks, you call them. And within this market, we identify those brands just on that logo mark alone, just the same as we do any symbol when we see it on a sign to say, you know, don't park here, don't have your dog off a leash here, or whatever it is. It doesn't need words, it has symbolism. We know what that symbol means. And then you get brands that come along that are new, and you have to bake in that symbolism to have people understand what that logo means. This is the whole point of branding. So 2 examples of car brands, established, very well-known car brands that have rebranded or entered a new market, have come up in the last year or 2. One very recently. I'll start though with Kia. You've seen Kia's new logo. They rebranded last year, very controversial. There was the whole thing of people searching for KN. What's the KN cars? But to me, the Kia's new logo isn't something that is supposed to be legible. I don't think in that respect. Yes, it has the forms of KIA, but treat it the same as you would a Mercedes-Benz logo, yeah? Something that is a logo mark and a symbol rather than something that you need to be reading the letters or the name of, like a Jeep or a Land Rover or an Isuzu. These kind of car brands that do have logos that are just word marks are a little bit different. Now with Kia, when they rebranded, they had a KIA. It was very legible, very easy, but at the end of the day, they're also a South Korean car manufacturer. So they don't use the Latin alphabet like we do in Western cultures. Even Spanish, Portuguese, German, French, you know, using this Latin-based letter forms that say Kia, spell out Kia. It's still Kia now, still KIA, but to me it's a symbol. It's something that will bake that meaning in so that people will identify it based on the shape of that logo mark. Just the same as we read words as shapes. We don't read them as individual letters generally. We read them now as shapes. That's how we can skim read really quickly. And it's a proven way of reading. We read by the shape of the word. And then the other example is Audi. Now, Audi has been around for years and years and years, very distinct in terms of their logo mark with the 4 rings to rule them all. And recently they've just entered into the Chinese market, and as such with their new EVs, they decided to come with a different brand look with Audi spelt out AUDI rather than having the 4 rings, which begs a weird question as why you would do that. Maybe it's a thing that they can't trademark those 4 rings in China maybe. I'm not really sure. It was never really clear in terms of that rebrand announcement of these new cars. But in China, they don't, again, use a Latin alphabet, the same as what I've talked about before with Kia. In China, they have their symbols in terms of their Mandarin or their Cantonese alphabets. I'm not really sure how that kind of works. I'm a bit not across that. But they've gone with an Audi logo. And it's really puzzling as to why you would do this with a logo and not have a symbol that can transcend language, like the four rings or something else. If they couldn't use the four rings, then why not make something that is a symbol that can transcend a language? It's something that's identifiable, that can be remembered, recalled, and seen easily, even from a distance. When you see the four rings from a distance, it's really, really easy. It makes that communication very simple, yeah? So it's puzzling. I don't understand the Audi bit at all with China. I mean, it is what it is. There's probably a reason for it. And hopefully it will come out at some stage. The Kia one made complete sense. I really like that logo. I know a lot of people don't, and they want to fix it, and especially the designers go, how about we did this? Or what if they did this? I've fixed the Kia logo. It's like, no, just leave it. Just let it play out. Build those associations over time, which is exactly what you need to do with branding, and see what happens. I think it looks perfect. It aligns with their new car design and all the things around it. Maybe the same will happen with Audi in China. Very competitive electric market now with BYD and all the other ones that are coming out of China now, especially into international markets like Australia. We've got BYD here. Really interesting. The car brands are something different compared to other markets like fashion, who are all doing the blanding look now, or in the last few years at least. So it is an interesting one, but until we find out a little bit more maybe about the Audi brand, reasons for it, wait and see what happens. I always feel like give it the benefit of the doubt, even if it's a puzzling one. I remember even when the Formula One changed their logo, everyone was like, what the hell? And then you saw it in context, you saw it at the races, you saw it on TV, it made sense, and you go, oh, okay, I can live with this. We're just adverse to change. This is the problem with branding. We're always adverse to change. All right, it's time for breakfast. We're cooking up a barbecue kind of shindig, so I need to go spend some time with the family. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you like what I've got going on here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Do better branding.